All right, so here we go. Florida Panthers mid-season report. It's been a while since I did a hockey video that wasn't just a recap. I think the last one I did was when we traded Dadenoff, so it's overdue, I know. All right, look, here's the thing. We are 19-5-4 at the break. There's no break, but at the midway point, all right? Panthers Twitter, Facebook, the media, everybody, myself included, in last night's recap, is all abuzz about how it's a midway point and we are at the tied for the top of the league. Lucas this morning, you guys remember Lucas from Rats on the Ice? I still talk with him multiple times a week. Lucas texted me the graphic this morning where it's the first time in 24 years, past like game 2, that we are at the top of the NHL standings. Reason why that's 24 years for you newcomers is because after the 96 run, we started off at 97 like a bat out of hell on fire, and we were at the top of the league, and then we traded Stu Barnes for Chris Wells, and then we have basically sucked until this video. So, but look, here's the thing, all right? I'm going to piss on everybody's tacos right now, including my own. It's called the Stanley Cup. It's not called the Halfway Cup. I'm sorry. All right, everybody just get a little bit of a grip. I believe in this team. You believe in this team. We all smell something different. But, okay, look, when you're starving, a regular saltine cracker is going to taste really good. You'll be like, okay. You all seen the Eddie Murphy skit, all right? You starve and you eat a cracker, that's good. That's a great cracker. But you were starving, it's just a saltine. All right, we are overdue for a good team. We finally have one. Yes, we do. Do I believe that this team should at least make the Eastern Conference Finals? Yes, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say that even if we had to face Tampa and Carolina, I believe we can dispose of both of them. I know that that's going to be a highly controversial opinion, but the way that we're playing, look, we expect to win every night. We just expect to win every night. So, look, 19-5-4, there's nothing there to complain about. So I'm just going to go over a few of the stats, a few of the players, a few of the oddities that have been going on. I got my notes over here, so when you see me glance that way, that's what that's all about. Let's get right to the awards. Just give Coach the Jack Adams right now. I don't think there's going to be any question. He's going to get Coach of the Year. Boom, that's a done, sealed deal. All right? As far as the Hart, I think Barkov's going to probably finish third, maybe second or third, but I don't see him winning it. Just not quite there. I just don't think, not that he doesn't deserve it, but I just don't think he's going to win it right outside the box. And the same thing with Ekblad. I think he'll be a finalist. He'll be a finalist for the Norris, but at the same time, I don't see them I think they'll give Q, and they'll be like, all right, that's enough for Florida. Those are my opinions. I think those guys, obviously Barkov deserves to be in the discussion in terms of winning it. And I know a lot of people think Ekblad should win it as well. He's obviously playing out of his mind compared to how he has in the past. And look, a lot of that has to do with Uyghur, but we'll talk about that a little bit coming up. One interesting thing I will say, because you know I can't just talk straight hockey. All right? I was thinking about this today with the dogs at the beach. And, Ekblad's playing better. Yandel, up until recently, has been playing better. We'll talk about Yandel Strawman. But he hasn't been as bad. I don't want to say he's going to be good. Don't turn off the video. But he hasn't been as bad. So Ekblad's been better. Yandel's been better. We know Barkov has been better. Bertrano's definitely been better. That's interesting. So what am I getting at? Well, I don't know. Could it have anything to do with the fact that with the pandemic, all of the Fort Lauderdale / South Beach fun time activities have been seriously curtailed or completely shut down? Could that have anything to do with the young guys on the team and their improved play? I wonder. I'll let you guys discuss that amongst yourselves. All right, so what do we got in terms of our leaders, okay? And I'm not going to leave out, I'm going to say goaltending and Bobrovsky and Dree. I'll say that for last. All right, so This is a little bit interesting, okay? Top of the board, you figure Barkov and Huberdeau. I'm going to give you, the first number I give you is goals, and the second number I'm going to give you is assists. So Barkov, 12 and 22. Huberdeau, 10 and 24. Hornquist, 11 and 12. Verhaeghe, 11 and 11. But then, the next three are all defensemen. Ekblad, 10 and 10. Yandel with 3 and 15. And Weir with 2 and 15. So, a lot of those heavy guys up there getting 10 goals a pop. All right? Leading scorer number 5, 6, and 7, all defensemen. All right? Then you get to the rest of our wingers. For Toronto, we're 10 and 3. Wenberg, I know everybody's on Wenberg, 6 and 7. Duke with 2 and 10. Louis Starden with 3 and 5. Strawman 2 and 6. Tippett 4 and 3. Achari with a 1-game hat trick. He's got 3 goals and 3 assists. Marchment with 2 and 4. Gudis, no goals, 5 assists. Lamico, 3 goals and no assists. Connolly, who's probably on his way out, 1 and 2. And then the rest of everybody I didn't list out because it's basically no goals and 1 or 2 assists. So let's get into some of the individual players. Barkov and Huberdeau, I'm just going to basically lump in together. They've been here a while. Everybody had high expectations for them. They've come partially unmet up until this year. Now, last year I did definitely make a few videos where I said I thought Huberdeau was getting to the point where he was better than Barkov. A little bird told me that Barkov was not healthy last year. We'll leave it at that. So, Barkov is healthy this year, and he's obviously showing it. Now, he's clearly in the discussion as one of the best 5 players in the league. I know Bobrovsky last night called him the best player in the world. You're not going to get a lot of argument out of that. That's one of those opinion debatable things, right? He's playing absolutely out of his mind. He's playing at a confidence level that is just it's like he's a man toying with boys on the ice. It's just ridiculous to see. We needed him to be that way. Years ago, 3, 4 years ago, I caught a lot of flack. For saying Barkov's good, needs to be better. He's great, he needs to be better. He needs to be better. I was right. I knew I was right anyway, but I was right. Okay, we needed Barkov to be at the holy crap elite level that he is now for this team to really shine. So, Barkov, Huberdeau, having the seasons that are just absolutely what this team has needed. Not much else to say there. Hornquist, 11 goals, 12 assists. Hi, Mike Matheson. Oh, Jason should be getting his Mike Matheson cereal box any day now. You think Pittsburgh wants him back? Do you think Pittsburgh wants him back so bad that Malkin is like, the only place I'm willing to be traded to is Florida, because they clearly know what the hell they're doing and we clearly don't. All right, so it's a beautiful thing. He's playing well. He is playing the role that we needed him to play perfectly. All right, we didn't need him to come in and skate around and you know, have the wheels of a 26-year-old. All right, we get that he's older. Perfect. Park your ass in front of the net, become a nuisance, and I don't care if the puck goes off your ass like it did with Yager. Score goals. It's what he's doing. It's a beautiful thing, so we can't complain. What do we got next? We got Carter Verhaeghe. 11 goals, 11 assists. Now, he's been in the top 6 the entire time for the most part. He's flip-flopped off that top line with Marchment, and I know Hornquist was up there a little bit, and so was Duclair. Here's the thing about Verhaeghe. I'm going to talk about him, and I'm going to include him in the whole Wenberg conversation. I don't know what Verhaeghe's minor league history is, but he's listed, and I've double-checked this. I've checked this with a few people. He's a center. He can play center. Okay? So, you know, everybody is... let's just talk about Wenberg at the same time here, because to me the two are related. Wenberg, 6 goals, 7 assists. All right? Now, what's interesting, what I'm finding very interesting in Panther fan land, is that everybody is so convinced that we have this huge hole at 2C with Wenberg. Even though his face-offs is over 50%, all right, which, what does that do? That gives Huberdeau the friggin' puck. I don't know why anybody would want to get rid of this guy, but okay, let's have the discussion, okay? So, you got Wenberg at 2C at 6 and 7. Now, I watched this team for 2 years, and I watched a lot of the people who are worried about Wenberg be all excited about Jared McCann and his potential and what he could be, and not wanting to get rid of Jared McCann. Well, the numbers are almost duplicate, except for the fact that Wenberg's tearing it up in the face-off circle, and McCann, right now, this year, he's having a terrible year in terms of face-off percentage. But he was about, 46, 47%, whatever, and which is good. I don't want to say whatever, but the point is that at Jared McCann's best, he still wasn't quite what Wenberg is now. So I think that we are expecting too much out of that 2C position. I think when you have a guy like Huberdeau on the ice, the centerman's job, in terms of you're going to have him on the second line, that centerman's got one job. Play good defense so Huberdeau can take some chances and win face-offs so Huberdeau's going to get the puck. He's doing both those things. I do not want to mess with that end of the lineup. We are 19-5-4. Wenberg's been playing 2C the whole way. What are we talking about? Okay? I know people want to get Malkin. I know there was some talk about that. We're 19-5-4. That's why? Why are we messing with that? There's one place where we need to mess. We'll talk about that later. 2C is not it. We are fine. We are a possession-based team. We have a 2C that is clearing out over 50% of the face-offs. Done. He plays hard. He plays fast. He plays a good defensive game. Done. We're good. Eventually Lundell's going to take that spot. There's no reason to screw up the chemistry of line 2 for a little bit of extra goal scoring that we might get from a guy when he's playing as well defensively as he can play right now. We don't need it. I'm telling you, we don't need it. That's not where our hole is. All right. Let's talk about the rest of the wingers, then we'll get to the defense a little bit. Vetrano, 10 goals, 3 assists. Here's the thing. Vetrano has always been a player that has had the skill. And the other day, I responded to somebody's tweet. I said, look, yeah, he's always had the skill, but he's got the mental part of the game down now. And then I think he was talking with George Richards. I don't want to say that. It might have been George Richards. Vetrano said something to the effect of, now he's figured out he has to play, the whole ice. He has to play the defensive end of the game as well. Whatever he has figured out, he has figured it out. He's playing a hell of a lot of a more solid game. He's not getting so many stupid penalties. All right, the last couple of years, every game you could count on Frank the Tank to get one stupid penalty every game and have that freaking deer in the headlights look like, oh, I don't know what I did. Yeah, you did. You did something stupid. All right, he's not doing that this year. So that alone has improved his play tremendously because he always had the skill. He always had the way, he'd always play hard, play fast, but now he's not taking stupid penalties and he's playing much better on defense. So I like that kid. Wenberg we talked about. Duclair, kind of an enigma, right? Duclair's one of those guys that you throw him out there on the ice, you're like, come on, do good. And then he comes back from the injury. And the first game he played. We thought Barkov, Huberdeau, and Yager back for a minute there, right? Every shift they were crazy, and then they started out yesterday like the first couple shifts, and then the next thing you know, Marchment was back on that top line. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he tweaked the injury again. Maybe he's not quite 100%. But he hasn't, 2 goals. That's not what we thought we were getting. Now, I'm not really complaining because, the team is still doing so well. And you could tell chemistry-wise, the guys like him, he fits in. For whatever reason, he's just not produced. I won't say he hasn't performed, although he was in the crease with a pretty crappy goal the other night. So, look, here's the thing with Duclair. He's not going anywhere. Everybody likes him. We like him. I like him. You like him. And there's potential there. I think he's just got to kind of put it together, kind of a little bit like Bob. Maybe there's a little bit of scenery adjusting thing going on like there was with Bobrovsky. But I think what we'll start to see here is if he can just settle down and stay healthy, and Q could leave him on one line, let him have some chemistry there. That I think he'll find a groove and become a solid, consistent player for us, and we're going to be happy come playoff time that we have him. I remember what I said there. Okay, I think come playoff time we're going to be happy that we got the Duke. What else we got? We got Louis Starnen holding down the 4-3 Absolutely nothing to complain about. 3 goals, 5 assists. He plays strong. He plays hard. I think you'll see him up for quite some time. I don't see any reason to mess around with that. I know everybody wants the fancy stats and everything. I did not check his face-off percentages, but you know he's on that third line now. Who's he on the third line with? I got the lines written down here. You got Vetrano and Tippett, right? So with the emergence of Tippett, that's going to obviously take Louis Starnen's numbers and bump them up a little bit. I like the kid. You know, can you always have a more talented guy at 3C? Sure, but we're playing a goalie $10 million, and we got to pay Barkov, and you got to play Huberdeau, and you know we got guys we got to pay. So you need good, young, solid talent there to fill in the gaps. He fits that role, no problems at all there. And then you come to Owen Tippett on that third line, and what's Tippett got? Tippett has 175 goals in the last 3 games. That's what I got written down anyway. Owen Tippett, next Wayne Gretzky. All right? We'll just leave it at that. All right, so Tippett clearly has drank the confidence juice. Okay? Whatever shake there is that you order and you go to the store and it says confidence on the bottle, he drank the whole 6-pack. Because I wonder, and this is something I'm just thinking about now, I wonder if Coach sat him down and said, look, this time I'm leaving you in. So you don't have to worry about me yanking you back out. Go ahead, play your game. Don't have so much stress and pressure that you got to make something happen right now or I'm going to yank you. That might have happened. I don't know. I don't know Q's personality. That's completely out, that's just a complete gut feeling that I got right here in front of the camera. Maybe something like that happened. Because something happened. Let's just put it that way. He is completely playing with a ton of confidence. I love the kid, and you're looking at the lines there. Where are the lines? Here we go. So, the lines have been, you can flip-flop, Duke and March, right? But the lines have been Barkov, Huberdeau, Verhaeghe, Barkov, Verhaeghe, and Duclair, and then Wenberg, Huberdeau, and Hornquist. And, the way Tippett's been playing, it wouldn't surprise me to see if he continues to play this way that he gets a top on that rotating spot on the top line. We'll leave it at that. That would not surprise me whatsoever. I know he's only played, he's played three or four really good games now in a row. I think if we get to about 10 games in and he's still playing like this, and that top spot on that top line, is still like Duke, March, and they're going back and forth, I think you might see Tippett get a shot up there because at that point, we're in it anyway, right? None of this is costing us games, so we may as well get the lineup nice and tight for the playoffs. What that would do, though, that might weaken our third line if you ended up there with March or Tippett or March or Duke on the third line. So Q might just, be happy leaving things the way it is. And then the fourth line, I've got here with Lamico, Achari, and Marchment, depending on Q's mood. Okay, that last winger on that fourth line, that's don't buy a house. Whoever's on that line, I'll tell you that right now. So. Did I leave anybody out that I wanted to talk about? No, the only other thing to talk about, a couple of guys here. I haven't gotten to the defenseman yet. I know my good friend Stu's waiting for me to talk about Gudis. Achari, he has 3 goals, all in one game. That's fine. We knew he wasn't going to score 40 a year. He's doing his job. He's playing this game. Achari is exactly what this team needs. And then Marchment, who's sort of another enigma. 2 goals, 4 assists. I see a lot of different opinions about him. I like the way he plays. I know he got some flack for being on that top line. People felt like he didn't belong up there. That's probably a viable opinion. But he doesn't exactly hurt you at the same point. You know, he's not Seth Griffith, okay? You're not cringing every time he gets the puck, wondering how he's going to screw it up. All right? So let's just start there, okay? None of these guys are Seth Griffith or Jakob Kindle. All right? Those guys are long gone. So the worst players that we have are still like, hey, they could fill in for a game or two. It's not going to kill us. That's a good team. All right? That's a good team. So let's get to the defenseman. Let's get to the defenseman. All right, Ekblad. What is the? I talked about Ekblad, right? Yeah, the kid is just absolutely, again, the confidence juice, the absolute confidence. I think he took some of Tippett's juice and shared it. He's playing out of his mind. Absolutely nothing to complain about. I don't think he's going to get the Norris this year, but just keep going. Stay healthy. Keep going. Stay healthy. Keep going. That's all I can tell you to do. And again, if there's anybody that my theory of did the shutdown have anything to do with their improved play, if there's anybody that theory would be correct for, Ekblad. All right, Yandel, 3 goals, 15 assists. I'm going down them in order of you know, the leading scorers of the team. Keith Yandel. What the hell there's nothing we can do. Let's just put it that way. He's got a no move clause. He's got the hair, he's got the beard. Those 3 things basically make him untradeable. All right? So, what do? We hide him, which we had been doing a pretty decent job of doing until Strawman came back. Yikes. Okay. Yandel Strawman is not an NHL caliber pairing. I don't care what planet you're on. And I look at the stats. They've got Yandel Strawman listed as our 2nd pair and Forsling and Gudis as our 3rd pair. And there is no planet on this universe where Yandel and Strawman are better than Gudis and Forsling. None whatsoever. So that, whoever's making those graphics on these websites, or if that's the way the team is putting them out, somebody needs an enema. All right? Because that is just not even, there's just no planet. There's none. Okay? That is McCann and Griffith being better than Barkov and Huberdeau. It's not even close here, okay? So, no. That said, we're stuck with the guy. Congratulations on your 1,000th game. Somehow you've managed to just be not so bad that the coach had to pull you out of the lineup for all these freaking games, while at the same time getting well paid. He's helped out a lot on the power play. I want to say something good about Keith Yandel. He has looked much better in the power play. I've called him mishandle Yandel for years. I told him last year that he needed to do some forearm work, okay, because clearly his stick work was, I think he listened. To be honest, I think he listened, because he doesn't lose the puck nearly as much at the line anymore. So there you go, Keith. Not that you're watching, but if you are, you've improved in that manner, and that's probably what's keeping you in the lineup, basically. Because I think if the puck jumped over your net, over your stick one too many times at the line on the power play, Q would have had the hook. So the next defenseman is Mackenzie Weegar. That's the first clap I've had in a while since the beginning. I think Mackenzie Weegar, all he does is make Aaron Ekblad better. He scores every once in a while. He's got 15 assists. He makes Aaron Ekblad better. He's our top. I mean, he doesn't do any one thing that makes you go, whoa. He's just there. He doesn't screw up. He does what he does well. Every once in a while he scores. He gets assists. And he allows Ekblad to do what he's doing. Mackenzie Weegar, just I'm absolutely sold. Solid on him. He doesn't have to be, you know, he doesn't have to be the best defenseman on the team. He's doing what we need him to do. I love the guy. All right, the other defenseman. What do we got here? Well, okay, let's talk about Gudis. Let's talk about Gudis. Now I'm clapping. I'm clapping for Radko Gudis, because finally, and I'm going to say his name, I don't care. Finally, since who? Gabranson. Finally, since Eric Branson, we have somebody that's going to whoop your ass if you do the wrong thing. Only now, we got somebody who can play defense and whoop your ass. All right? So, I was happy when we got him. And I've been happy. We all do the happy dance. And every night, at some point on Panthers Twitter, it's just a whole page of like, Gudis just killed the guy. That guy's dead. Gudis OMG. I love it. You love it. We love it. We all love it. We know Q loves it. Nothing else to say. I hope the guy plays another 50 years here. Defenseman. Strawman. Do I have to talk about? Look, let's just say this. Why is Strawman playing over Nutavara or Juleson or who's the other guy we got? Oh man, I knew I should have written them down. Manhattan. What was the dude's name? You guys are going to know who I'm talking about. He's a veteran defenseman that we got. He played like a couple of games. I forgot his name. Connaughton or something like that. One of you guys will know. My grandma, Fluffy. Put Fluffy on the fucking ice, okay? He's better than Strawman, all right? The guy next door, all right, fixing the plumbing. Lace him up. He's better than Strawman, okay? My dog that I buried a couple months. You get the point? You see what I'm saying? Anybody. Riley Stillman, what happened to him? Did he get caught? Did he get caught sleeping with Q's wife? 1 game, 2 game, he got on the ice. What is the? I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell. Why he's playing? I don't know. He's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. And unfortunately, and this is going to get into the free agency thing I want to talk about. Did I forget about anybody else on defense? 1, 2, 3. Gudis is 4. Who am I leaving out on defense? We're trying to wonder. Who am I leaving out? Oh yeah, I talked about Gudis. Okay. Let's talk about some trade bait just a little bit here. With Strawman. I have 3 names written down. One is like good luck to us, one is like maybe, and one is like who? Ekholm, Savard, Montour from Buffalo. Because he just got traded last year, right? And now they may trade him again. Here's the thing with Ekholm. Yando's a lefty. And Ekholm's a lefty. And is Q going to do that? I mean, obviously, if we can get him, you find a way. But you're not going to break up the top pair. So I don't know how you're going to work that in. I mean, you obviously can have 2 of the same guys on the handed playing on the defensive pair. And I don't care if you put Ekholm on freaking roller skates, he's going to be an improvement over Strawman out there. So if we could get him, what's the cost? I don't know. None of the articles I read had the Panthers' names tied to any of these players, which is interesting because we need a freaking 6th defenseman. So I get it. You're not going to trade the farm. I mean, Ekholm's not a 6th defenseman. So I don't know what we're going to do there, but please, God, can we just play Nutavara? He was decent. Here's the 6th defenseman's job. You have one job. Have nobody know who you are. That's your job as the 6th defenseman. Nobody knows who the hell you are. All right? You don't do anything stupid. At the end of the night, they're like, who? Oh, yeah, that's right, he played. Because if you don't have anything stupid happen, you don't allow any goals, nobody remembers your freaking name. That's your job. Strawman's not doing this job. And I don't know if we're going to trade for somebody. I don't know what we're going to do there, obviously, because I'm not the general manager. But at the same time, Savard, I don't know. Ekholm's got that extra year in his contract. And that's the thing that makes me go, you know what I mean? Maybe. But what we'd have to get up to give him. And then, I mean, you know, he would make Yandel better. He would certainly make Yandel better, right? So, and I guess since they're kind of saying Yandel and whoever he plays with is in that middle pairing, I don't know how, but we'll go with that. I guess if we somehow got Ekholm and Yandel-Ekholm pairing, it's not going to hurt us, right? What are we going to have to give him? I mean, you can kiss your first round pick and Borgstrom right off the bat. Goodbye. If the team, yeah, first they have to want Borgstrom. right? So everybody's like, just give him Borgstrom. It's like, well, the other teams are like, we know that he's not really playing that well too, right? I mean, other teams aren't like, basement fans. They're going, yeah, give me Borgstrom. They gotta want our guys too. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. All right. Forsling. I was gonna leave out Forsling. I knew that there was somebody. All right, Forsling. So here's the deal. This guy played for the Blackhawks for 3 seasons. All right, and his numbers, as far as goals and assists and everything, pretty much the same. Except plus minus with us is significantly better, probably because we got a good team. And his penalties last year, he had like 4 times as many penalties if you extrapolate it out last year. But last year was an aberration. The other years, his penalties were... So the point is, that statistically, he's pretty much the same player. So either he's really picked up his game, or the Blackhawks are really stupid. And I don't know which one is which. Because if he played like this, and the Blackhawks just waived him, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Because everybody loves that kid. Everybody loves the kid. I love him, you love him, we love him, Q loves him. That's the important part. Alright? Because Q doesn't exactly love the kids. You know what I mean? You got to really play well, ask Owen Tippett to get in the lineup if you're a kid with this guy. And he's doing it, he's playing well. And so we just need just one defenseman. One. That's all we need. Alright? And just for the sake of argument with some of you, no, we don't need a center. I'm not going to go there because we got Lundell. Okay, you're gonna have Barkov, Lundell, Wenberg, Louis Starnen. That's what I think you're going to end up with. Really, I think that's what we'll end up with. All right, I don't see Wenberg going anywhere. All right, there's nothing. There's not anything to really complain about there, other than he's not. He's not Malkin or what we hope Lundell is going to be. And don't get too sold on what our draft picks are going to immediately come in and do either. We've been down that road. I mean, geez, I got videos from 2-3 years ago where the team was penciling in Bergstrom to start. Okay, at 2C let alone. All right, or at least 3C. So don't get ahead of yourselves there. Do I have anything else? Did I leave anybody out? You guys will kill me. I mean, I left a couple of players out. Lamico's doing his job. He's playing well. Connolly, putts, good. He started off so good last year, and then that was it. Oh, I guess I should talk about the goaltending. What do you think? Should I talk about the goaltending? All right, and then we're done. So, Bobrovsky. Here's the thing with Bobrovsky and Drieger. Clearly, 2 things happened. Drieger lit a fire under Bob's ass. That is definitely one thing that happened. And I think, for whatever reason, look, everybody's got different personalities. And I get the sense from Bobrovsky that, and this might be the truth for a lot of goalies, but I get the sense that he's one of those sensitive people where his entire life has to be just right for him to be doing his job. And for everything to be right, everything needs to be right, okay? And I think it just took him some time to acclimate to being down there in Florida and being in a different place than he had been for a long time, and the different personalities and all the changes that were going on during the year last year, and with Q coming in and Zito coming in. And I think it just took him an extra minute that we would have liked. And that pressure of the $10 million, hey, look, he's earning it now. He's absolutely earning it now. You cannot complain about the guy's play. He's been absolutely on fire. And he's still got a goals against that's way worse than Drieger. Now, Drieger's last game wasn't great. I think he let in 4 goals. I assume we're going to see him these weekends here because we've got some back-to-backs. As long as Drieger keeps it up and Bob keeps it up, to me, I don't want to say we have the best tandem in the NHL, but I've heard that said. We'll just say it that way. I feel completely I feel confident in the goaltending now. And the players are starting to play that way as well. I mean, we all, for so long, just knew if we had a 3-1 lead, you're like, yeah, Bob's going to let 3 and more in. He's going to let a couple weak goals in. Nobody had confidence in the guy. And now he's making good, hard saves. He still lets one in, obviously, every once in a while. He's not Brodeur at this point, where if you get 2 goals against him, you feel lucky, okay? He's not at that level, but he's been shutting the door at 3 rather than getting to 4 and 5. And if he can shut the door at 3, we have the offense on this team to win 9 nights out of 10 if our goalie's going to shut the door at 3. So, all right. I believe that that's enough for that. I give you my final thoughts here. Obviously, I'm tickled pink out of my mind where this team is right now. It's only halfway through, and it's not even halfway through a regular season, right? So, first thing we got to do is finish this off. We want that number 1 seed. Boy, do we want that number 1 seed. And it's right there in our hand, but of course it's in Tampa's hands, and it's in Carolina's hands as well. It is going to be a bloodbath. But we want that number 1 seed because seed 2 and 3 about to get the asses kicked. Even the winner of that series is about to get the ass kicked. Okay? So we definitely want, please, okay? Everybody wants the Hawks right now, right? And the Hawks are like, yeah, we know, everybody's just waiting around to kick our ass. So, we got to keep that going. We got to do everything we possibly can to get that 1 seed. And that's going to come down to like 1 point here, okay? So, as we get on in the season, you know, if we get to that game where we come back and maybe we lose a point in overtime, or maybe we come back and we squeak out an extra point in overtime somewhere, somehow, those are going to be the points that matter. Those are going to be the ones that decide this thing at the end. I can just feel it. And past that, even if we don't get the top seed, I would be okay if we don't get the top seed if Carolina gets that top seed and then we draw Tampa. I'm good with that. The only thing I really don't feel like doing is drawing Carolina in the first round because I want to win. Okay, at this point, I think Panther fans at this point, there might be a few of us jumping off of some short roofs if we don't at least win a round out of this. All right? So we'll just leave it at that. We have to win at least a round to keep the momentum going because, well, you know, we made the playoffs a few years ago. We didn't win. We made the play-ins last year. We know how that went. So this team, to really maximize its potential, I know the competition will be tough between Carolina and Tampa, but we're going to kind of have to be the new kids on the block, come in and knock somebody off the block. We're going to have to do it. It's going to have to be our role this year if we want to feel like we've really genuinely made progress and made, you know, a forward step to actually winning the cup. And that window, the cup window is now and in the next 2 to 3 years. That's our window. All right? After that, you know, the shades start getting pulled. It starts getting cloudy outside. So we got to pull this off now. That's it. All right. I appreciate everybody who watches. I'm going to get this downloaded and uploaded. And I will see you guys again on Thursday. Appreciate every like, share, subscribe, share this one, guys. I appreciate that. Right now, media all over the NHL is going crazy for the Panthers. So I'd like this video to pop up on people's notifications when they're looking for stuff about the team. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you again on Thursday with the Predators.